Two homeless men invaded a home in Oregon, Johnny Moore and Joseph Killingsworth, which is an insane last name. And while they were in the process of trying to rob this guy, apparently the guy was able to get his hands on a gun and fire warning shots to scare them off. Now, this is when the story gets really funny. Apparently, the two home invaders thought it would be a great idea to leave immediately because, of course, they're being threatened by a freaking gun. And then they go into someone else's home to call the authorities and let the authorities know that while they were in the process of invading someone's home, the victim had the audacity to shoot warning shots at them. Now, I love this story because it shows you how dumb some criminals are, but I want to get what you guys think about this. Wendy, make your point.
Oh my God. It's like, you are so dumb, for real, right? Like Antoine Dotson. I don't understand. And then I think I've heard other stories too. Like, wasn't it LL Cool J who like beat like somebody that was like coming into his house, and then he had to like talk to the police about it, and the guy that like tried to rob him like tried to file a lawsuit? Like, oh, God. I don't understand like that kind of logic.
People are so dumb. Whitney, what do you think?
Okay, I don't often talk about the way people look, because that's mean, but I'm going to here because I don't care. Is it just me, or do these gentlemen look like they literally have a missing chromosome, or like they are next to that of cave people? I don't know what happened here, if that's why they selected bats or not, but they definitely, going into it, I mean, you brought as your weapons of choice bats and several aggressive dogs. Who does that as a weapon? Like, you have to worry about wrangling things, and what the heck?
I think the story was, I'm sorry to interrupt you. I think the story was that they were homeless, right?
Yep, right.
And the guy had like called the police on them because they were like harassing the street or something, and so they wanted to retaliate.
Yeah, they go in there with the dogs and the bats, and they actually hit the victim with the bat, but the victim was able to get away and get his hands on a gun, which, by the way, very rarely do we do a positive story on guns, but here's a rare story where a gun was actually helpful, and the guy used it appropriately. I mean, keep in mind that this is in Oregon, so it's a little more of a liberal area, right? But if this was in like Florida, the dude would be dead.
Oh, for sure.
This is Arizona, the dudes are dead. There's no question about it. All right, so here's the question. Have you ever been caught breaking the law or doing something you should not have been doing? Whitney.
Well, as I said, if you see the other story, I like to think I borrowed the car when I was 13, but I guess it was considered stealing. But I did try to bring it back, if it's any consolation. So, but other than that, I mean, I think in terms of being caught doing something I shouldn't have been doing, that was like the first 2 seasons of The Real L Word. Pretty much just caught doing things I should never have been doing, and then let's just air it on television. Sounds awesome.
I haven't seen the show, but we've talked about it in detail today, off camera, and I can't wait to watch it. It'll be interesting.
I can't wait for your perception of me to be very much skewed
I think
in a positive direction.
I think that we've gone through some similar situations, so it'll be good.
Good.
Yeah.
Great.
Wendy?
I, being the political junkie that I am, tried to sneak in one time to like an Obama event when he was running, when he was still senator, and only to have like Secret Service like take me and my friend like out and like scold us, and like we were just like, oh, I just want to know more.
That's like, amazing though that you just said I was scolded by the Secret Service. Like, no.
That's hilarious.
That's amazing.
So I mean, I guess that was the past. You know, it wasn't something like.
You were such a bad girl.
Wow, rebel. Very much a rebel trying to sneak into a political event.
Yeah, I know. I don't think I've done anything illegal except for like speeding and like traffic related situations. But I did get caught doing things that I shouldn't have been doing. And that was, again, with like the first love of my life. When I was super young, I was a teenager. My mom didn't want me to date him. I would sneak out of the house almost every night for a really long time, for like a year, and then finally I got caught. And my parents knew exactly where I was, so they both showed up to his home in the middle of the night. I think it was like 2 a.m. and they're like knocking incessantly, and his parents wake up and they're like, what's going on? And little do they know that I've snuck into their home with their son. And then, my parents beat me.
I cannot wait
Love of your life.
to catch my children doing things. I can't wait to catch them doing things, because I feel like I know so much, and you probably do too. Like, we know the tricks, and I can't wait to use those same things as ammunition to fire back.
Yeah, I think parents like to enter a stage of denial when their kids are doing bad things, right? But if you just open yourself up to the experiences that you had when you were a teenager, you'll know exactly what your kids are up to.
I'm gonna use it as like a game, like for sure, like World of Warcraft, but with my kids.
Yes, that sounds fun. All right, guys, so tell us what you think. Have you been caught doing anything illegal? I mean, don't share specific details. We don't want you to get arrested. And also, if you haven't done anything illegal, have you gotten caught doing something you shouldn't be doing? Share your experiences, your thoughts, your comments in the section below. We will read them if we like them in our monthly video where we basically share the feedback you guys have given us. And I hope you guys enjoyed the show.